from there, so I don't know the shortcuts.
It is what it is.
Shit.
Yeah, that shit suck. That shit suck.
All right, YouTube's live. I'm gonna just kick off the song.
Everybody on my Facebook, y'all can't even hear this wonderful track in the background right now.
Scalpers.
What up, everybody? Checking us out live real quick. YouTube live. I got my own Facebook rolling through it on the Scalpers page.
Everybody on my Facebook live. Cedric, what's up, baby?
Is this a
Hey T.
This shorty
nice-
prize.
No,
This off the listening.
well, no, is this? Well, this not a Knife Wonder one though.
Yes, it is.
It is a Knife Wonder.
Everything on the listening is 9-1.
Everything is. Okay.
Appreciate that, Ced.
Yeah, this shorty's reprise. So this one came after. This was the end part of the song "Shorty on the Lookout."
Yeah, of course.
And it went to this song. So I got the actual instrumental album. And then got this album. It's one sample on that album that I'm trying to catch, and it's on the last song, but I haven't been able to find it yet.
Man, we in a new studio. Got elbow room.
I love Knife.
Man, I'll tell y'all something about MZ Studios right now, okay?
Hey, it's nice in here, bro.
We all Hasidity right now.
Can't tell me nothing, baby.
Hey, it's nice in here.
I'm about to order some room service in this bitch. I lean back. I ain't hit a wall.
We got good lights.
What's up,
I ain't knocking the damn foam off the thing.
Simp ain't need the donuts today. It's a hell of a day. Nobody know.
Good ass day.
If anybody drive all day long, you'll know what a donut is.
Man, so, them shits is
this brother drive at least 8 hours.
I don't even have it in my car though. I only have it when I come here.
Oh, damn.
Because it make the seat feel weird. Cause it's,
you tried.
It's cushion on cushion. So it feel weird.
Oh, it's gushy.
I be sitting up too
like
high.
something gushy by me.
It mess up my driving.
It mess up your driving?
When I was doing it. It mess up my driving. I'm sitting up too high.
Yeah, you sit up a lot higher, and I don't like that. But we got cushion chairs now, so we good.
Make sure y'all check us out on YouTube. We on iTunes. What else? Google Play. I tried to find us on Stitcher. I ain't find it. I guess we're not on Stitcher.
That's weird.
So
that's like a package deal with those three.
Yeah, so we'll figure that part out. But YouTube page, stays active, of course, man. And
like, subscribe, refer, download, all
share
that good stuff.
Motherfucker and you tell your grandmama. And we've got Mike in here today. Mike in here doing some handyman work. He can't hear nothing.
Nothing we say.
Yeah, I feel like WKRP in Cincinnati right now.
They don't know about that. They don't know about that.
Straight old.
They don't know about
showing your age.
They don't know about old KRP.
Hey man, I can't
Showing
do nothing
your
but show
age.
my age now. It's hard to hide. Look,
Showing your age.
When you close to 40 or addict, it's not much hiding that. All right.
Facts.
You could dye your beard all you want, then some old ass music or show reference gonna come out.
You start jamming the self-destruction all of a sudden, like, man, I remember when this dropped.
Start remembering the video.
All the artists, like Just Ice was on here. Steph the Sonic.
You start talking about what CDs you bought.
You said something about self-destruction. You just lost every young listener that we just had.
See, when I was young, we had to stop the violence movement.
Right.
What?
Hold up. Don't make me go to the West Coast. We all in the same gang.
We are.
Oh, man.
We are.
Classic.
That was the first. Was the first Blood and Crip truce ever. was the We All in the Same Gang movement. This is pre-Biggie Tupac era.
Think about all the names that was on that.
Oh, man.
Just legendary names of trying to do something positive. Shit. And not trying to do something positive for the look of it, and because this will make sales. Nah, it's
Regina. Hey, sister, how you doing, baby?
Everybody sick of the shit going on. So, hey, man, it was a different time, man.
And you know what? I just saw actually, Pete Rock, the great Pete Rock.
That's why I thought about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he was showing the behind the scenes of when they did self-destruction.
And I need to watch all of that because that was monumental. I knew it was a big deal as a kid.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So because
you saw that was some hip hop, We Are the World shit.
It was.
Yeah.
Because we are the world.
That was hip hop.
Like,
we are the world.
Yeah, we are the world. Like our generation, like all of us in this room, we're technically the world that they were talking about. I mean,
that was it. I mean,
straight up and down.
Think about it, like, because we are the world was like what, early 80s. So you probably like
mid-80s,
6-7 years after that.
Because we was like starting to sing that at those like commencement ceremonies and stuff like that. Real talk. As kids. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My mom asked me the other day, like, do you remember any of the church plays and this and that you ever? I was like, nah, I don't. But I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember doing that.
I had one that we used to school play, and I might have been, it couldn't have been no later than second grade. But it was one of them page 6 of the Detroit Free Press or the News, and they had a picture from the play. I'm sitting right out there with the praying hands right up front.
They ain't praying since. Not willingly.
You did go to a Catholic school.
I can neither confirm nor deny the facts of this.
I'm pretty sure you prayed May 2000. What was that? 15. Yeah.
What was 2015?
When I was in Vegas, and then I hit you up on that song, like, dog, Vegas wore me out. You like, I'm in the hospital, dog.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure you prayed that weekend.
Yeah.
At least a couple times. Absolutely.
Oh, that was the weekend of the Manny Pacquiao Mayweather fight. Flight. I guess that's a good segue into this weekend.
Yeah, it surely is.
I'll never forget that fight. I'll never forget it. It was the night of my wedding. It was my wedding night.
Oh,
get out of it. Well, you ain't missed much. You had a better wedding.
Well, no, I saw it. No,
you still saw it?
I saw the fight because
you pulled this off.
My best man left the reception early, and he and his wife threw us a party at his house. And so by the time we left the wedding, we went over to his crib, and we missed all the undercard fights. And as soon as we got there, they were just in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So I saw the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget that. No.
And but aside from it being the fight, can't forget that.
Yeah, I can't forget
it. Was the fight that was 5 years too fucking late, but you know.
It was 5 years too late.
Yeah.
Both of them motherfuckers to blame on that.
I'll never forget that fight.
And like
more promoters, but you know.
Yeah, true. Both camps. And like you said, segue wise, you had Manny, Keith Thurman this weekend. I caught the cliff notes. But it still ended how I thought it was going to end because I don't trust.
You see the fight?
No,
I saw it.
What was I doing?
We can't go to.
That's
him.
not true.
Oh,
sometimes I see UFC. You can never come to me.
Oh, right. Yeah,
some fights I will. I just wasn't home.
Okay, word.
I was at home with my uncles and we watched the fight. I saw all the undercard fights. We watched it beginning of the broadcast to the end. They boxing people. I'm a boxing guy. I saw the whole thing. I was going for Thurman myself. I could tell that he was gonna lose like early. You know what I'm saying?
Like he fresh out the corner.
He wasn't focused, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was in the back, like Manny was in the back, like practicing. Like he had his
looked like Manny.
face. Yeah, he looked like Manny.
Damn.
Keith Thurman was in the back. He was kissing on his wife and taking pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like he wasn't focused like at all.
Difference.
He wasn't focused at all. And then Manny came and punched him right in the face and knocked him down like first round. Like, but the thing about it was like Thurman, like Manny won the first 5 rounds like decisively, right? Yeah. But Thurman won like the next 5. You know what I'm saying? It's just that Manny outlasted him. You know, Manny outlasted him. You know what I'm saying? It was
which is actually impressive. I don't give a damn.
He got cooked though.
40-year-old boxer.
He got cooked.
Who did?
Keith Thurman. He got cooked. You know what I'm saying? All the way. He got cooked.
Yeah, the replay not gonna be ready till the weekend, so I'm gonna definitely catch that.
Yeah, catching. Let me know. But he got cooked.
Yeah, I know the outcome was about what I expected it to be. I heard it was ultimately a split decision still.
Yeah, it was a split decision. I don't see how.
Yeah, that's what people were saying.
I don't see how one guy thought that Keith Thurman won the fight. Like I don't see I don't know what fight he was looking at. You know what I'm saying? But Manny was being Manny.
Man, that's smooth. Okay, we got a baseball game on.
Yeah. I didn't know that TV had volume. Sorry about that.
Yankees and the Twins. Hey, we figured all kind of shit out, man.
Yeah, we learning on the fly.
Well, this is a sports show. We are not mad because the sport event came on.
Yeah. But Manny was being Manny. And you know, there's rumblings now about Mayweather Pacquiao.
I don't want to see that. No, we're good.
Two old heads battling it out.
Nobody want to see that, man.
I think they do.
For it.
I think they do.
I know somebody want to see it.
There are a lot of people that still want to see Mayweather lose.
I get that part.
They will tune in just to see him.
It ain't boxing fans. It is fringe boxing people who only know boxing because of those names, and so they're like, "Oh, Manny Pacquiao, oh, Floyd Mayweather, oh yeah, let's put the man in the ring. That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll give us a fight. We
can
get Floyd back in the ring. Like, no,
it's a reason for those
Floyd back in the ring.
What's up, Birdsong? It's a reason for guys to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch that shit. I believe it'll be a big payday for both of them.
It would, but
I believe it would sell. People would
good.
not ignore it.
No, but I just don't think it'd be a good fight.
People would not ignore it. And these are two older guys. When the last time you seen like two 40-year-old guys, two guys over 40, you know what I'm saying, that would be able to put on a fight as big as
like
that.
20 years ago on the Avenue of Dexter. Those some old winos, they was out there going at it.
Probably a pretty good fight though.
It's going over a bottle of Seagram's gin and juice or something in a 40.
You know,
in the box of Newports.
Nah. It wasn't Newports at that point. It was straight Cools, baby.
Oh,
Straight Cools.
Cool Miles, Cool 100 soft pack.
soft pack.
I've had to pick up a pack of two in my life.
Everybody has gone to the store for some squares.
I'm an ex-cigarette smoker, so I know about.
Everybody has gone to the store for some squares.
I am an ex-cigarette.
I ain't never have to go to the store with like the note to give to the dude at the store.
No, they knew you.
Hey, this is my grandbaby. let him get 4 Lucy's and play my number.
Hey, that's it.
Here's the thing: you know you're in the hood if they sell single cigarettes. That's
Lucy's.
Yeah.
Oh man, they stopped selling.
That's how you know you in the hood.
They outlawed Lucy's at the crib, I think. But
they did it everywhere.
But
no,
the gas
that's
station,
not true.
The gas station around the corner from my
I can
house,
take you to somewhere in South Dallas right now, and you can get you a single cigarette.
No. I used to go in there.
I know exactly where it is.
Probably like 50 cents now.
Yeah,
it used to be a dime.
Yeah, it was a dime. let me get 3 Lucy's.
Yeah, I know these things.
Yeah. from the gas station, just say Petro.
That's it.
and, you know, it wasn't no
not Petro.
It wasn't no Exxons and no Shells or nothing in the hood. That corner gas station in the hood, that must be like fuel.
I mean, it technically be like a Chevron.
It might have been a Chevron.
It was a Chevron at one point,
used to be
but they lost that.
That be it be franchised through some old podunk gas.
That might be like a what is it, 66 or something?
76.
It's 76 station. Like nah,
be the dirtiest damn gas.
Oh yeah, that's straight water. You put that in your gas if your tank if you want to.
But it'd be the stop. That'd be the first stop at the school though.
Look, dog, all you got is $4. I need to get some gas in the tank.
Hey, fresh cigars.
Oh.
Cigars are gonna be fresh for sure.
Well,
the Phillies.
Every gas station gonna have fresh cigars.
Nope.
If you're in the right hood, it might be a penny candy store
though,
too.
Yeah.
You mess around if it's a penny candy store.
I'm actually saying Phillies.
Ty, what's up, baby? You ain't come back to Texas. You over there parlaying in Florida. You ain't come back to Texas.
How we start talking about these damn Lucy's?
Hey man.
My cousin said it was a sitgo.
He know about it.
Oh, Marathon.
I can't think of the sitco name.
Mobile was the other one.
Mobile is at home where you know, as everybody from Detroit know, it might be some murder bears around a mobile station.
Oh, there's most definitely some murder bears.
There's murder bears, you know.
I rode past some murder bears the other day. I was like, oh man, that was an awkward spot for this one. How did this happen?
I'm
you terrible, dog.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at you. That was an awkward spot.
How did this happen? Well, you just didn't see no traffic? Like, what was the point? How? Anyway, point of the matter is,
nobody wants to see Mayweather.
Nobody wants to see. We say all that to say.
I think it's a lot of people that want to see Mayweather Pacquiao. I think it's a lot of people.
I mean, I agree with that too.
You would watch the fight.
You
would watch the fight.
Watch or pay.
Hey.
That's the difference.
There would be enough people that would pay for it, and you would watch it.
If somebody having a party, I mean, you know,
if I just so happen to not be doing that,
I think that people. I think that there are a lot of people. I think more people than you would think that would still pay for that fight.
It means it's gonna be chicken and brown liquor somewhere.
Exactly. For whatever reason.
Somebody pass me the Coca-Cola, please.
people would pay to see that fight.
And we also celebrating two things this evening. First and foremost, BG celebrating his 30th birthday.
Hey,
I love to put it out there himself.
Hey,
my man's turning what? 30 what?
37.
37.
37.
He got a couple years on us.
I hate all of y'all.
See, you can tell us to get off our ass if you want.
Yeah, get off my lawn, dog. Hey, y'all out there with that hippity hop.
Hey, bro, I don't mind having a birthday, because it's really better than the alternative. It's a lot better than the alternative.
Man, say that shit twice. Thank you.
Facts.
Because you can stop having birthdays.
I don't want to.
Exactly.
And it won't be your choice.
You know what I'm saying? So,
oh my God.
Hey, man, I'm blessed. I appreciate that. I'm blessed to see another year, 37 years young, still doing shit. Good
boxing question. It says after Thurman, who else is left? I mean, there's plenty of boxers left. You still got Errol Spence. You got Crawford. You got
the Charlo twins.
In that weight
Caleb
class?
Plant.
What about like?
That's all. Yeah, that's all.
Are we just talking boxing in general?
I say in general because I can get caught up within or confused within the classes per se. They be so close to each other.
They are.
You got
like welterweight and middleweight. You know what I'm saying? Like
all that be right there. Yeah, they could all fight. They could still move
within
up
like
and down
5
within
and
each
6
other.
pounds, you know,
exactly.
You still got my man Lomachenko.
Well, in the like you said, in the welterweight, you do that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, and Sean Porter.
I'm waiting.
Sean Porter. Well,
I am waiting.
Spence and Porter is in September.
Spence and Porter
is that here?
No, that's in L.A.
In L.A. Is Porter from L.A.?
I don't know.
I wonder if Porter from L.A.
I don't know, but they did announce that
Staples will do
Sean
something.
Porter and Errol
Staples
Spence
usually do something though.
Yeah, I think Errol Spence is gonna win that fight.
To me, Spence is just the top guy out there. Him and Crawford are the top two.
And that's what because they've been talking shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I think that is box office.
I believe that. I would pay for that.
For sure.
I would totally pay for that.
For sure.
So it's still some really good boxers out there, and then this, we ain't throwing necessarily no names out. I mean, of course you got your Wilders out there, and whoever could ultimately be a contender for him, but
in the heavy, it's only him and.
Let me ask you a question.
Andy Ruiz.
Let me ask you a question. What would Anthony Joshua have to do to even get back in the conversation?
First of all, beat Ruiz ass.
Like, and you got to watch him too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to beat his ass.
You can't go to round 12 and just win the decision. You got
to beat his ass within them first couple ones.
Yeah,
like you got to mop his. And I ain't taking number Ruiz. It's just what it is. I'm sorry. That's just point blank what it is. So I mean, you got a lot of that. That's still lingering. Anybody could take an L. I ain't really. I'm not.
Yeah, Floyd the only undefeated fight.
Yeah, so I'm not. Yeah, so I'm not one that's just like overzealous. Like, if you losing the fight and da 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 da, nah. It's not any of that. But
no.
But yeah, and then this past weekend, hold on, I'm trying to get this gentleman's. Want to make sure I get his name right. Maxim Dadashev. I can't pronounce his last name. The boxer who passed away.
Oh yeah.
The Deshev. I think it's the Deshev.
Yeah, that guy. He went. He had a brain bleed. Before the fight, and then went to the fight. Yeah, not before the fight. Like
before the fight ended.
Yeah. Before the fight, and he ended up having a brain bleed, and then eventually passed away. R.I.P. to him.
Yeah, that's tough because that's the ultimate thing that people think about, but not really.
No, I don't think. I think people know.
The risk.
It's a worst case scenario.
Yep, but we never think about it.
You look at it like it's a combat sport. It's a true gladiator sport. So
you get hit. You don't look at
it
on a constant basis.
So you don't look at like boxing like people look at the safety of football,
right?
Because in boxing, you're like, hey. You're literally punching somebody or getting punched. So you know what's gonna
honestly, and not to make it this way, you would virtually expect it more out of UFC than you would out of boxing.
Yeah,
because the blows are so much.
You catch.
I think not that I'm wishing this on anybody, but I think it's only a matter of time before you see something similar in UFC. UFC is, I'm not gonna say it's new because you know,
mixed
martial arts is not a new thing, but the UFC is you know, not as old as boxing, and its popularity has come within the last few years. And when I say few, I mean 10.
Like 10.
Exactly. So I think it's only a matter of time before you see that. I mean, you're watching people get kicked in the face. You're watching knees to the temple, like that guy who got beaten in like 5 seconds.
Like I watched, like ESPN,
he took a knee to the temple. There's only so many of those you can take.
ESPN now has like a contract with UFC, and if you up late at night, they'll, you know, when they ain't really got nothing else to show, you might see like, oh, top 10 UFC, blah blah blah. So I've seen like stuff from like UFC 1 and stuff. I'm looking like, and like I heard of it back when it came, you know, the Tito Ortiz days, and all of those kind of dudes, and he was looking like you knew what it was, but like I say, UFC just never kind of stood out to me. I was just like,
what's that dude, Chuck
Liddell?
Chuck Liddell, yeah, people like that. So it was like, okay, I get it.
Killing.
And then you sit there and watch it, but I used to be like, man, I really don't want to just see somebody get socked bare knuckle boxing. You know, bare knuckle. It just wasn't for
brutal.
me.
Let's speak real true. We've seen this so much in our life.
Yeah, you seen people get knocked the fuck out.
Non-sanctioned.
So, like, I don't want to see it as a sport. Like, okay,
it's
like,
brutal.
Like I've seen people get KO'd and hit their head on the ground, and you'd be like,
I think I'm about to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you know, it's like it's
somebody gonna call an ambulance.
Like, I
saw
get it
some
why
pretty
people
violent shit in college myself.
That's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
I get why people like it, because people love brutality. People love it's aggression, and especially
Americans
dudes.
love violence.
Yeah, we love violence. So you know, I get it, but it's one of the things that this ain't for me.
Yeah,
we love violence.
I don't love that.
But like I say,
people.
I prefer boxing. Like I don't, and the reason, like you know, we always make the joke of
You like football.
If it's a boxing match, I didn't see it, and that's not true. It's like I keep up with a lot of the big names. Like this week, I would have watched that fight. I just wasn't there. Yeah. But over time, when it shifted from us coming up, when it was like, hey, it was big in the heavyweights, and it was
for sure
the middleweights. You know, you had like your Roy Jones. So you had
that, and then we came from a boxing city ultimately.
That's
too.
true also.
That
so we come through, and our fights is Hearns, Hagler, and Sugar Ray Leonard. You looking like
shit, Roberto Duran.
Yeah, you know that's what we got.
No mas
because of Hearns and fucking
Kronk boxing gym and stuff like that.
And Emmanuel Stewart lived in Detroit, like in the city. Like I know where his house is at.
Yeah,
Marvelous Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hitman Hearns.
One of the most fun rumors being, you know, growing up in Detroit is, you know, ultimately hearing like, okay, like Mike Tyson was over there, some shit like that. Yeah. You're like, damn, Mike Tyson was like right there, and that's like the height of Tyson. And you're like, fuck, he literally took steps around this man's house.
Like
that
like
shit is
Hitman.
That is exciting for me to know that because he's how big of a star he was.
Like I know I've heard this that. He like used to like run pick up hoops at like DP on occasion, like after school or something, like you know. But yeah, no, that was plus from like you say when you from a city where you got a major champion, everybody you gonna hold that dude. Like people still in the city still Hitman Hearns. That's our guy. It don't matter what nobody say.
Evander is still that dude in Atlanta.
Shit. Exactly.
They hold him down.
Look more like the Get Hit Man to me.
See champ.
Right.
Raw dog. Got his ass kicked in that damn.
Tommy Hearns, man. Tommy Hearns he shouldn't have to pay for fucking gas in Detroit.
Not at all.
At all, man. That boy, you
probably
talking
still
about
walking around with a fly ass fur on from Diedrich.
Man, no, it'd be that fro. You know he got
Didn't
that
he
clean
have a
ass
curl?
fro.
Yeah,
Back in the day he did, and was slanging, throwing them hands, bro. That was the one brother with a curl that ain't never get tried.
No.
Think other cats with curls might, you know, unless they were just a gangster or something like that, you know, they probably got tried, you know, here and there, or they was, you know, they might have got looked at as being a little soft or something. No, that time Tommy Hearns had hands, bro.
You know, Jerry curl, not to get off into that, but Jerry curls are the most made fun of hairstyle that everybody has.
Unless you can fight.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you ain't gonna fight nobody who had a curl. You just gonna be like, man, he had a curl back in the day.
My brother had a Jerry curl when he graduated high school, and it was juicy. You know what I'm saying? That shit was moist.
So the problem is when he said it, my mind went back to like old ass early 80s, late 80s, like high school senior pictures where you just sitting in the photo.
Oh, man.
It's all to see is the curl, and everybody got one.
Like, if you needed to be a fill-in for, like, Ready for the World, it was okay.
Reggie, I love you, but he had a
moist,
juicy
curl.
Fresh.
He gonna hear
Soul
this.
Glow.
He gonna hear this episode.
Pop on the couch.
Don't
curl.
like it. Dude, the Jerry curl.
But
he gonna hear this and he's serving B fade right. He already lined
that
up
era
the fade.
It was the era.
You can't make fun. You can't make fun of it, especially like I say when you did that because that was that era. People make fun of it.
Oh, you can make fun of it.
There was a lot of people who had it.
You know,
it wasn't select few people.
My next door neighbor in Atlanta had it.
No,
that shit was popular.
No your next door neighbor in Atlanta, it was like 2008,
that 9. Shit was popular.
05 to 2011, fam. The lady that stayed right in front of me in the first apartment when I lived in Norcross, that lady had a jerry curl and she tried to tell me it was Hawaiian silky.
Hawaiian
Child
silky.
And I was looking like
Hawaiian silky.
I was like, all right,
chill out.
I got you.
That's when you was like, I ain't never asking this lady for nothing.
No, remember she used to just catch me outside coming in and
throwing out the trash.
Right.
Yeah.
Hawaiian silky.
Hawaiian fucking silky. Ain't that about a bitch?
Get the fuck out of here.
And like in the 2000 anything, first of all.
This was like, let's see, I lived in that apartment from 05 to 09. So this might have been 08, 09.
That's the Norcross joint?
And like I said, that shit was widespread. You guys are from Detroit. I'm from Texas. Shit was widespread.
That shit was everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? They still in Memphis and St. Louis.
You see what I'm saying? And Arkansas.
Right now.
My mother, her
if we got any, hold up, whoa.
We from Arkansas.
Hold up, let me put a disclaimer. If we got anybody from St. Louis and Memphis watching right now, we don't need no smoke. My family in Memphis, I can say this. Right. Y'all both make dope ass barbecue.
We just saying it exists.
There's some people who still got it.
Hey,
that's all we saying.
Like I said, my mom's side of the family, we from Arkansas. It exists. In 2019,
what part?
Exists.
I don't think it mattered, dog.
No.
My mama from Pine Bluff.
Okay.
That's about 30 minutes from Little Rock.
So when Banging on Little Rock came out, that was just y'all.
Let me tell you something, bro.
I know it was real.
No, I'm finna say it's very real. It's very real.
Everybody
not for play.
Everybody remember.
I'm telling you, it's not for play.
You know what did it for me? When I saw the white dudes out there banging, I said, "Ooh!" And then one of them said the N word. They for real about this.
Let me tell you something.
Here.
It's not for play.
They was banging respectfully.
You can think that they country bumpkins if you want to. It's not for play.
No, they still might be. That don't mean nothing.
Her Little Rock just like Compton.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something.
It is obvious. That's when that song made more sense.
I went to go see my uncle. You know what I'm saying? My uncle used to live in Little Rock. He moved to Texas. You know, just this past year.
Oh,
I'm with my moms. We in the mall. You know what I'm saying? I had on just a regular blue polo. I'm from here, bruh. When I tell you it was about 12 dudes that was staring me down at the mall, I made my mom leave the mall. I was just like, look, it's me and my mom here. I can't take y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made my mom leave the mall. Dude, it's not a game. And this is what, 1997? 1996?
Oh, it's still active, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
He like 14.
It's not for play.
He like 13, 14. He like, man, I'm not here for this.
At all.
If I was at home, I got guys I know we can do that. No, I'm in Arkansas by myself with my mom with a Sears bag. I'm not taking this L. I made my mom leave the mall. It's not for play. Those dudes ain't playing.
Yeah, out there like on the wood, like, man, you blood or cut? Cuz what?
Right.
It is not
got no sense, man. No.
My cousin Mark said, "Yeah, we know Mitch Green tried it and got his ass beat." Yeah, that's
Mitch
another part.
Green.
Yeah, he was talking about Tyson.
Country boys,
yeah,
hide you.
Whew.
They will hide you.
Oh, and first thing, lastly about the country, that's where all this shit started. So
I'm from East Texas.
Hey.
Once again, not for play.
I be telling everybody the only thing made the North is the Industrial Revolution. Motherfucker, don't act like we ain't all kin and it's hey, for man. Real. Like, look, 95, 85, 75, 65, cousins. 55, 45 is just that kind of tips the scale over. But from I-95 to 55, Industrial Revolution. That's gonna give you what you need. And anybody that stayed, stayed.
We know about
north,
the New Yorks, the Chicagos, the LAs, the Detroits. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know about that. But the Chicagos, you know. But hey, I'm telling you, the country towns, don't do it. That's what I'm gonna say. Don't do it.
I'm with you 100%.
Don't.
What else we got?
So yeah, we just got some boxing out of the way. That's about what we wanted to do. Talk a little music. We're gonna get more into the music at the end. You got NFL training camps are beginning to get underway in the moment.
Started this week.
Yep.
Odell,
he got his name back out there. Somebody was able to get into some questions regarding how he felt about being moved out of New York, and he pretty much let folks know he ain't like it. He felt disrespected.
I understand that people keep asking you about it, so I guess you got to answer the question,
right?
But he need to move on. He need to quit talking about that.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Just
you in a new situation with more talent. You need to quit talking about that.
Yeah. I get it. Like, yeah, you are the draw. He was like, yeah, wasn't nobody that watched the Giants before me. Nah, that's not true because
that's actually very. He was talking about the article. He was saying
kept
like
the brand alive,
but
that's
he was saying that for the last 5 years they were a trash football team and they came there to see him.
But the Giants,
do you know what the record their record was the last 5 years?
Think about it like this though. Cowboys. Even when the Cowboys trash, the Cowboys still be on TV.
And the Giants will be too.
And the Giants are just like that. I mean, the Giants are a name.
Even if you know Eli go stink it up that weekend,
but they'll be on TV.
Look at it.
The Cowboys can suck, but they'll be on TV.
For sure.
But I see his point.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was bigger than the Giants brand.
No, he was. No. You're right about that.
The Giants brand.
He was not
fucking the Giants.
He was not the Giants brand. But people weren't checking for the Giants. They weren't making the playoffs. They've had one winning season. That year they went what was it, 13-3, something like that.
And then
they got their ass whooped.
Odell went to Miami with the rest of the squad.
And then they got their ass whooped in Green Bay.
Tell you what that side of the country do.
They were 7-7 and 5-10 those other seasons. They've been trash.
Ain't no doubt. But this is what that side of the country do. That side of the country, New England, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Giants.
Yeah.
The Bruins. I say the Bruins. Could be the Redskins too.
If you're just going down the seaboard, I mean, that's just kind of how it runs.
Yep. And then you could go over to Philly.
I ain't going to say the Bruins. I say like the Celtics or some shit.
Okay. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Celtics.
Why
these are brands.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Why is the Redskins even in the conversation? When the last time they've even been?
Brand.
Yeah, brand.
DC is hell.
When the last time they've been worth watching?
They're a brand. They're in the NFC
They're
East,
worth a lot
which
of
the
bread.
NFC East is the most famous. Is the most famous
they go be on TV?
Conference. Think about the four brands you got. They're all Super Bowl champions at some point. You got America's team. You got New York. You got Philly. Everybody know how Philly give it up. Yeah. And then you got DC.
Yeah.
Think about it. I mean, you got four of the biggest markets. And
but they haven't even been close. Well, I guess
they've had some years where they've kind of been teetering playoffs. They
ain't sniff like Super Bowl contention. They ain't sniffed that. When last time they sniffed that?
They've just had some tough teams.
It's been some years.
In the early 2000s, they weren't horrible, were they?
No.
I don't remember them being.
I'm putting them
the
in the same category as like the Knicks. The Knicks haven't won in 40 years.
No.
But they got a brand.
The difference is the Knicks will next year is we coming back next year. Washington just be like, look, we know what we are. We hope we've been there before.
The Knicks, their building is more popular than their team.
Right now.
For the last 20, especially over 20 some years.
20 years, yeah.
Their building is more popular than their team.
We about at 20 right now. Since
people keep talking about the mega basketball. When you say the mega basketball, you talking about Madison Square Garden.
I ain't gonna say 20 because when Melo went over there, they got popular again.
They were still trash.
And they were competitive again. They went to the playoffs.
They were competitive. They won like 55 games with Melo. With Melo.
1 year.
And then they got watched by LeBron.
And then did they win 50 the next year? I'd love to see that.
I love to find out. They had like 50 and 40.
But
they made the playoffs.
The Knicks have they have a brand and a cult following.
Yeah.
Is what they got.
And it's the same thing with
and they're in a legendary building.
Oh, yeah, hands down. No,
I mean, the fact you're in New York, I mean, shit. Every team in New York, even the Jets get love.
It says a lot about New York.
I mean, New York. I mean,
it just says a lot about New York, not about the Jets.
You know, just everybody. Because
and they haven't been Super Bowl contenders since Broadway Joe.
Okay, so every sport they have two teams.
Yeah,
so because
Yankees
you got
and Mets, Giants and Jets,
Rangers and Islanders.
Rangers. That's who I couldn't think of because I don't.
And then now you got the Knicks and the Nets.
Yeah, the Knicks and the Nets.
So for them it's, man, I'm from Queens. This is my squad. I roll with this team. I'm a Mets fan. I'm from the Bronx. I'm straight Yankees. I'm
all that.
The Brooklyn thing is kind of weird because they're new.
I haven't heard anybody say anything except there's only one team in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like real New Yorkers, they not even acknowledging Brooklyn. Right?
They can do that all they want.
Yeah, that's gentrified Brooklyn. They rep that.
Yeah,
and New Jersey still rep them.
Well, it's
they
and people who just love Biggie and Jay.
Oh yeah.
They gonna continuously. If you got all them hip hop fans that weren't Knicks fans,
yep,
they go to
the Brooklyn game. You're right.
Because it took me until 2 months ago, maybe at the most, that I realized that they got the Coogee trim on them Brooklyn Nets.
Wow. They only made like a big
I was wondering
deal
what that
about
was.
that.
Is that the Coogee trim?
Yeah.
See, it just never.
Wow.
Wow. Swear.
Y'all are.
Hip hop is the most influential.
I at least want a pair of the shorts.
They got Biggie jersey retired in Brooklyn. It's like I think it's like 72 or something.
Yeah, it's the infamous Coogee.
My favorite rapper
with the sunglasses and all that from that Coogee.
Yeah,
the multicolored joint.
My favorite rapper of all time.
Yeah, so I mean, when it's all said and done, that whole.
Is that the Coogee trim?
Yeah. Coogee trim, dog.
He over here mind blown.
Wow.
I looked at. I dove a little deeper in
it. It didn't register that way.
That's what
you know
it
what I'm
is.
saying. It didn't register.
I didn't get it either. I just never thought about it.
Hip hop, man.
I didn't pay attention to. I haven't really paid attention to the Nets.
I thought it was just the alternate.
When they had Joe Johnson during that little time frame,
ISO Joe.
And then this year because Russell been going off. Those are the only 2 times I really was paying attention to the Nets like that. And a little bit when Karis LeVert was getting up.
Before he got hurt.
Yeah, before he got hurt. And you know what I'm saying? I just ain't really paying attention.
Going hard.
He'll be back.
Him going hard.
Back.
But
no,
you know what?
Back straight. No,
him going hard. That actually opened up the door to D'Angelo. Yeah. Russell getting his shit off.
But now D'Angelo gone. Karis got
no, he don't.
Why he don't? Oh, my bad.
No, he don't.
My bad.
Hey, he can still kind of get his shit off this year because Kevin Durant ain't going to even play.
Who got the ball in their hand 95% of the time?
But he's not going to be able to do the shit. He going to be able to get his shit off. He going to be able to do it.
Well, shit, when Kevin Durant stayed in?
Now when Kevin Durant get there, like don't even worry about it.
Don't worry.
It's the last year.
They gonna get something for him.
It's the last year's contract.
Man,
this coming year, last year's contract.
Kyrie, like, look, ain't no KD this year, man. I'm about to get my. Ain't no KD, and I don't got 2 dudes behind me pissed off because they got off in the playoffs the year before when I wasn't here, and now they pissing about me not giving them the ball.
I feel the way about this situation.
Talking about Smart and Jaylen
Brown and Tatum.
Jaylen Brown. Well, first of all, Jaylen Brown, you're not as talented. Let's be real.
Hey, oh no, Jaylen Brown got off.
No, he
just need the ball, but
Kyrie need the ball a whole lot more than you.
It's gonna be interesting
for much better reasoning.
It's gonna be interesting.
I'm not gonna address now until we have a Boston conversation.
No. We can say the hoop conversation. It's still early in the year. I mean, at this point, only other thing that's happened is Russ went to Houston, and now OKC trying to get Chris Paul.
Did we address that the last time we met?
Nope, because it happened. It happened in the off week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like literally that weekend. Matter of fact.
That's right.
So I'ma just say it now. It's gonna suck.
It's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be terrible.
It's gonna be terrible.
It's gonna be must see TV. I tell you that shit.
Man,
I don't think it's gonna work, but I think it's gonna be must see TV.
I'm gonna watch as many games as I can.
NBA is hype. They know that Sunday. The NBA League Pass
I'll give
Christmas Day.
I'll give number 2 this. He shook that shit up to where it's gonna be balanced. Hey, it's stacked.
I can already tell you
across the board.
I can already tell you what the Christmas Day games are. Clippers and Lakers are the prime time. Houston.
That's true.
It's gonna be easy.
You probably get Houston, Golden State, maybe.
It's gonna be so hard to score on little.
Can we do a Houston?
No, you ain't gonna do that. You're gonna have Brooklyn going against. Brooklyn is gonna be against like Milwaukee.
I mean, Houston Golden State is still legit. I mean,
yeah, you have Brooklyn against like Milwaukee. You'll have.
Is it? Mm-hmm. When you know Kevin Durant ain't gonna play and it's
because you still
not the Brooklyn one. I'm thinking about the Houston games.
Okay, it'd be like 5 games though, so you got to have some early games, which is gonna be on the East Coast.
Yeah, you might as well.
So who else you gonna put? It's gonna be Brooklyn and Milwaukee. That's another draw because now you got Kyrie and you got the Greek Freak.
Yeah,
you could put Boston and
Philly.
They're Boston and Philly. Okay.
Oh,
flip that however you want. No, boom. It's gonna be Brooklyn and Boston. Kyrie versus Boston.
Brooklyn and Boston.
Milwaukee and Philly.
That'd be dope.
That's game. Okay, so then we got 4 games. So now we
all playoff.
So now we need a 5th game. The 5th game would be like
whoever.
Portland maybe against
Atlanta or some shit.
No, they'll fuck around and find a way to get New Orleans out there. Because New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
You can, but if you want to get a 5th game that can just be an interesting game all around, it can go Portland, San Antonio. And I'm talking just fact of a good game, not market any of that shit.
Yeah,
you can go Portland, Utah. You can go Portland, San Antonio.
Utah. Most definitely go Portland,
if you just want to get Zion on that stage, you can go. But this will all be dependent. Well, no, it'll already be dependent.
They gonna get Zion on that stage for sure.
You can get Portland.
I'm riding with you more. Portland, New Orleans.
I like that in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Make it a Christmas Day in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, and
that's like that. That's like that 12 o'clock, that 1 o'clock game. That's like you still kind of cooking, but you getting in the mood. It ain't. Yeah,
that's fact.
And just a quick just a quick little segue that Zion did sign with Team Jordan.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that
Zion
a lot.
75 M's.
I like that a lot, and I think you should still sign that Master P deal. That Master P shoe deal. Master P wanting to wear a shoe off the court for $20 million. Go do it.
I'm doing it.
Do it off the court.
He may not be able to though.
He might not be able to because of Jordan, but I would have put that up. Like, can I do that and then go get that other bread? Because that's big. You got
$100 million off the court. You ain't
for 2 shoes, dog.
Dribble
for 2 shoes, dog, and to be affiliated with one of the best businessmen.
In
the state,
and you on a hoop roster that
Uncle Michael, what's up, baby?
That ain't really super deep, but the names on it, you got Melo, CP3, Westbrook, Blake Griffin, Maya Moore.
I apologize. I'm sure.
He still got Randy Moss and Jeter still on the contract.
Yeah,
but you're on a small
Brand
roster.
Jordan. I think Brand Jordan needed it. They haven't really made a splash.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
But the problem is that you can be on Brand Jordan.
The biggest star they have is Russell Westbrook.
But okay, true. But when you're on Brand Jordan, you've just been conditioned coming up through the game and through the years of you got some Brand Jordans on. Like, yeah, they Jordan, but they Brand Jordans.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ain't no J's.
Yeah.
And so that you're always gonna be faced with
I've
that.
only bought like one Brand Jordan, and that was the Trunners. That's the only ones I've ever bought.
They back out.
I've had 3.
Yeah,
I've had 3 pair of Brand Jordans, and they've been the same shoe but different colorways because that was the original KG shoe.
The Jumpman. Yeah, the original Jumpman.
The original Jumpman. KG, his original shoe was on Jumpman, and I bought those in '97 right before I went to college, and then they re-released them, and I bought like they kind of look like they're white and cement.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've seen them at the crib. But yeah, I like that shoe. It's a comfortable shoe also. But outside of that, and even think about the people they had, like Vin Baker, Eddie Jones, Michael Phelps. They all had like Brand Jordan shoes, really, but they weren't like, these are the Vin Bakers, these are the Eddie Jones. They were just.
I'm gonna say, weren't they just?
They were like Brand Jordan shoes, but they just kind of
wearing J's.
But like Ray Allen was on
Rip.
Ray Allen, Rip was on there. Yeah. But remember, at that back in the late 90s, early 2000s, they had it was like Darius Miles, it was Quentin Richardson, it was a bunch of them young dudes. But
you remember like Fred Jones used to play for Indiana?
Yeah, he was contest winner.
He was quietly on
Brand Jordan.
Yeah, it was Fred Jones.
But like Ray Allen, he was on Brand Jordan, but he wore J's. Mike Bibby wore J's, and they just had their player edition.
Derek Anderson.
Yep, Derek Anderson. Yep, they all had player edition Jordans. So they just wore Jordans, but with their number on it.
That might be. I wonder which direction Zion go with it now. Then that's interesting. Like, what you do whatever.
They got
the white.
They got the white and purple 13s that's coming out.
I've seen those.
Oh man,
they out.
Laker joints.
I'm thinking.
They came out this weekend.
Yeah, they out.
Man, I'm thinking about getting those
because they Laker
like
colors. I can't do
getting.
Not gonna be able to do it.
Getting my Laker jersey. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking about.
Make it happen, Captain. You'll be there. You do what the fuck you want to do right now.
100%. That's why I want them.
Because I've owned a Laker jersey before in life.
I do want to get some of the Mitchell and Ness shorts because I told you I'm about to just start stacking up.
I hate the way that they've done the like new basketball shorts, the new Mitchell and Ness shorts. They're the team shorts, but then they put the team name.
Oh no, don't trash.
Across the curl, like dog. I don't want Lakers right across the front of my damn short.
I'm not a fan of them.
Don't try. They
LeBron likes to wear those.
This is what they did. They done hooked up with a design house, a so-called design house that just said, "I'm gonna make it different." That shit look garbage.
We gonna put Lakers right on
Mitchell and Ness.
That's like
we're
what
doing
that is?
fine.
You know what that is? That is the equivalent of wearing like some old school for chicks doing it. Wearing like Victoria's Secret pants that say pink on the ass. It's damn near
super fucking weird that you say that. And that makes me hate these fucking shorts even more.
And call it how I see it, fam.
Listen, I already know this about myself. I'll be 60, 70 years old, and I'm not going to give a shit. I'm still going to like fucking sports apparel. I like basketball jerseys. I still plan on getting a shit ton on.
Sometimes I like
hoop shorts.
Like, dang, I'm 37. Maybe I need. I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm forever gonna like sneakers. I know that.
I'm a sneaker person. I just bought a pair. I just bought the Grand Hills. You know what I'm saying? I just bought them. The 1996 all white ones. Them
the 96 ones?
Yeah, I bought them shits when I was in middle school.
Well, I see, and I got my eye on a couple pair. But one that I say, I want some Grand Hills. I want some of them Reebok Shine Kemps.
Kamikazes?
I want the Kamikaze too.
I had those.
The ones and the twos.
I had those.
I want
black
the
and green.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want the Kamikazes. But I say one that stood out that's actually kind of like more or less reasonably priced. The Huarache 2K4s that Rip Hamilton wore.
Oh, that was dope.
I like those.
You want these?
They bought 100, and they're not even that expensive. Let me see.
They ain't popped up yet. Look at that. Yeah, buddy.
What are you talking about?
He bought these. I didn't hate these.
Oh yeah, you hated the first ones.
I bought those. Those are. Oh yeah. You bought these. You talking about?
He hate those. I already know which ones he's talking about.
I know what. Yeah.
He said because they look too much like the nines. He said because they look too much.
Yeah.
I still respect them. I don't care.
I hate them shoes.
I'm not a big fan of those.
I like them just because of what they are. I like them just because of what they are.
And I had feelers in high school. I don't even know if I had them in high school. I probably had them in like 7 and 8.
I got those.
I had me some feeler joints with the strap hanging out the back.
Nah, yeah, you were middle school.
Yeah, they do kind of.
I had some dope boy feelers.
There you go.
They do kind of remind you of the nines.
Remember when I went to Vegas last year? I was about to buy them dope boy feelers.
What color were they?
It was.
Because they ain't bring out all the colors.
No, I needed the gold joints. I looked like I had a 88 Benz with a kid on it.
What's wrong with you? So, oh God, we talking about sneakers and shit. This shit gonna go on forever.
Yeah.
I got my own a couple pair. That's the Olympic ones. Dream Team 2 joint.
I can live with those, but yeah, them first Grand Hills, no.
I want
the 94, the 90, the J's that
the ones
Jordan
that you
never
don't like. Those
are
the 95s.
Yeah, those are, and they look too much like the J's that Jordan never wore in the league. Because the 9s are my favorite Jordan. So I was like, oh, I hate you so much.
He ain't wore the 9s ever. He just played baseball.
That was during retirement.
He played baseball in them.
He did play baseball in them.
But guess who else wore them 9s? Penny. But Penny had them black and gray with the little blue Jumpman on them.
Before he got his own signature shoe.
Nick Anderson wore the white versions of them boys. Remember that? He had the blue Jumpman with the original.
Yeah.
Everything else with the white and black. And had the blue Jumpman. Derek Anderson. And Derek Anderson wore them later.
Okay, hold up.
And Baby wore them later, the player editions.
What is the one shoe that Jordan wore that wasn't a Jordan?
Oh, the pennies.
Okay.
Yeah, he wore pennies. Because that was when he first came back.
Make sure you on your shit.
That was when he first came back. Shit, I know that. Shit, they sell the number 12 jersey now, too.
Ooh, with no name on the back.
That is for sale, brother. That's how I say I'm too deep into it. I used to buy the cards. Ain't no turning back.
Ain't no turning back.
It's just my baby expenses is too high. I can't just splurge.
So we talking about basketball. I mean, we ain't really got too much else going on this week. Mm-mm. What y'all think about everybody kind of like withdrawing from the USA team for the FIBA World Championship?
It's about that time.
You think
it's appropriate?
You think it's that cycle of when? Remember, we went through a cycle of when people was like, I ain't really trying to do that USA team shit. And
the only person that I heard that withdrew was James Harden, and he was saying,
"Oh, brother,
Tobias withdrew."
Hold up.
I think
he was saying that he withdraw so he can work with Russell Westbrook. I respect that.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
they the elder statesman.
A big thing of it is the timing, because if you commit this year, because of like when you play FIBA, it's the commitment of like 6 to 8 weeks, and now if you've been through the season, now you're getting right. By the time that ends, you almost getting right back where it's time to get back into your season. And then if you do it, then you got to recommit next year because it's the Olympics next year. So people were saying, like, if you had split it, if FIBA had made it to where it was like last year, then you may get bigger names to still play, because now you don't have 2 years of commitments back to back, because the USA basketball wants you to commit that whole time.
Who else backed out?
Tobias backed out, but I get that.
Don't worry.
He just got his contract. Just chill. Just chill, you know.
That wouldn't
USA team withdraw.
But then that wasn't necessarily a name that we were looking for to be on the team. But I'm sure he was I'm sure he was already at, looking to be at the camp. But at the same time, he withdrew. So I don't expect. I mean, you think about who we were fortunate to have all the time. I think Kemba go be there.
Yeah,
Kyle Lowry go be there. That's 2 good guards to have. Kemba go kill.
I think my brother heard the curl comment. He just called me.
Yeah, he's about to light your ass up, dog. He gonna give you 2 of them. He gonna give you a 2-piece.
Okay, so
it's gonna be in your chest too.
People who have withdrawn include Zion,
yikes,
Bradley Beal, Tobias Harris, Anthony Davis, James Harden, Eric Gordon, CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard. The big names of Clay can't play because he's hurt.
Kevin Durant can't play.
Yeah, Devin Curry. All of them are names that are in the USA roster, but they can't play. Now, what they may play next year. Kevin Love just withdrew today, so the team probably is going to be like Harrison Barnes, Andre Drummond, Kemba Walker, Kyle Lowry, Chris Middleton, Kuzma, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell. But okay, even if you don't like it,
this is the changing of the times.
Even if you don't like it, though, it's the FIBA World Championship. So you probably still should fucking win this shit.
Yeah. I get
win it, and you automatically qualify for the Olympics. And then once the Olympic team come out,
then
I think a lot of your bigger names will come back. I don't think all of them will.
No, not all of them.
Like LeBron, he's done it 8 million times. He don't need to. Who they need to have on the FIBA World Championship team?
Melo.
Greatest goddamn USA player
ever.
Bring Melo. Let Melo go out there and do work.
Put up 30 a night.
Let Melo go out there and do work in FIBA
and not get a contract.
Nah, dog. My man Melo need to drive this year, dog. Let Melo go out there and do work.
I think it's whack how it's just kind of popular to shit on Melo.
It's whack as hell.
People are just shitting on Melo for no reason at all.
They have zero reason.
That's really trash that it's just cool to shit on him like that.
It's not. It's the generation we live in.
All he did was decline. There's a lot of people who decline.
Like the bad.
He hadn't done anything.
So the Melo thing, I think, and maybe he's coming around. Like Melo, his year in Oklahoma City, I think was worse for him than the year in Houston, because he just didn't fit with Houston. But the Oklahoma City year
both years were terrible.
Yeah, but the fit was never there. Like, I don't know why he went back to try to play for D'Antonio when it didn't work in fucking New York. But I think the case was in Oklahoma City, it didn't work, and then he didn't want to accept his role at that point because it's like, dude,
got that Allen Iverson syndrome.
Like yes, you can. Like if Melo be like, yo, I come off the bench, I'm gonna come in and give you 18 to 20 off the bench, easy.
See, but he not.
Shit.
No, he can give you the 18 to 20.
I don't believe that.
He did 17.
He can give it, but what it was is that he wanted shooting. He saw himself as a
30% from the field. You know what I'm saying? Going,
fam, you can get Melo in the post. You can get Melo short jumpers.
Bro, he was going 3 for 14, 3 for 12.
Not every night.
He was doing terrible.
Think about like this.
Who else do that?
Terrible.
They were trying to get him minutes in with Russ and everything else. You need to give Melo the run in the second unit where he can go in and be microwave type player. But Melo doesn't want to do that because Melo, I'm Melo. I'm still a starter. I'm a future Hall of Famer. So
that's the ultimate.
It's the ego part of I don't want.
That's the ultimate problem on his end.
And a lot of players don't want to accept that. Okay, at some point I'm going to fall off. Like
he's already declined.
Yeah,
he's already declined.
In his brain, he's still Melo.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's a lot of players like that though.
That's true. It's true. The mind is willing, but the body is.
You get some lower tier. Who I've always come off the bench as players who still think, hey, dog, I'm still B Simp. This is what I've been doing for 10 years. No, fam.
But you're not that anymore. I don't think Melo is that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's had career lows in the last 2 years in every single category.
I think every single category.
2 years, though. Out of how many?
2 years in year 14 and 15. He's not going to improve.
The problem is he's going to go out just like Iverson did, dog.
If he ain't careful.
And Iverson went out saying, "I'm still Iverson,"
and he wasn't.
He wasn't.
You weren't.
But he hung at Club Fridays.
But there's nothing wrong with not being who you used to be. It's just that you have to adapt, and Melo is not adapting.
But you got to think about it. Players of that ilk and that caliber, man, it is hard to sit there and to accept that. And you should be able to accept it because it's just, at this point, it's age, health,
self-confidence is great. Self-awareness is better.
But, it's hard for them, dog. When I've been
to tell a 100+ millionaire.
I've been the guy. I have been the guy since I was 10.
Yep.
And you're not now. And that's reality.
But in the summer
at that Lifetime Fitness years,
thank you.
He be climbing that Lifetime.
At the summer when I'm hoodie Melo.
But here's the thing. That should tell you something when you're that guy at Lifetime Fitness. That should tell you something.
All of this conversation is gonna have to come from D-Wade and LeBron and CP and people like that. That's where all this conversation has got to come
I think he eventually ends up in a Laker uniform.
I would love it for him to end up in a Laker uniform.
I don't.
Shit.
I think,
boy, that's a luxury.
Come off the bench, have him in the second unit with him and Boogie.
Shit. That's a luxury
because we don't need the ball to stick. That's what's gonna happen.
In a second unit, you need a scorer. That's what the whole point of the second unit.
Yeah.
I will say I would rather have him at the 3 than Jared Dudley because that's who our 3 is gonna be now. Because Jared Dudley, he needs to be at the end of the bench. Preferably behind the bench in a suit.
Oh, snap.
He needs to be in some Stacy's. Mm-hmm. That's what he needs to be. He don't need to wear sneakers no more.
Hold up, side note. PJ Tucker on the FIBA team. He gonna fire on somebody.
He gonna sock shit out somebody.
Somebody gonna be like, they gonna step on this custom J's or something.
Speaking of sneakerheads,
PJ got some fire.
Yeah, he does.
First of all, PJ Tucker is out of this stratosphere in the sneaker world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They said how much money he spent 1 year, a couple $100,000 on.
He's
sneakers.
Dedicated.
I ain't listen here, brother.
I ain't
look. I know.
I am looking at PJ. I'm not a sneakerhead. You know what I'm saying?
No. It is level.
Dedicated.
I liked them a lot.
I like sneakers.
I like them a lot.
Yeah,
I just believe.
But we don't have the resources that he's had, at his disposal.
I respect him so much. I say the first guy I started looking at like that, I think Gilbert Arenas had a run where he was just kind of being able to wear anything. He was at the end of his career. And Swaggy P was able to get into it a little bit, but this is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
for PJ.
Instead of Melo,
both sneaker conferences that was here.
But not to get off topic, but at the backup, instead of Melo, I wouldn't mind going to get Andre Iguodala. I'd rather have him.
Well, I think they're making room for him right now.
Well, you're gonna have to trade
room for one of them.
You having to trade for him because Memphis has him now, and Memphis is not talking about cutting him.
Send Jared over there.
Yeah,
Man,
get him out of
Jared Dudley.
Man, look.
And also, you got to make the money work because they traded him, so he still owed like $17-18 million. So it's about making the money. Yeah. So
we didn't have to trade too much.
And LA don't.
We already got the
resources.
old head all stars over there on our team. I'm starting to kind of understand what people were saying. We're trading the young piece because we have a lot of dudes over there that have a lot of mileage. A lot of miles on a lot of dudes over there.
I get that.
Rondo, LeBron, Danny Green.
I get all that.
Those guys have a lot of mileage, and those are guys who you're counting on.
I get all that. I will say this too. I mean, old heads have prevailed the last few years. Granted, it's be the tail end of their careers and such. A lot of the young guys mentally haven't been not all, but a lot haven't been having what it needs to finish out a full season productively. And
I'll give it to number 2 and little brother. Hey, it's gonna be really hard to score on them. It's gonna be really hard to score. Patrick Beverly.
Why you look at me because he said the little brother part?
I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I was like, hold on, you talking about Michigan State?
No.
Like,
right. No,
little brother.
No. The LA edition of that.
The dudes who play in our stadium. It's gonna be really hard to score on them. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Beverly.
Difficult.
Paul
PG.
George. Kawhi Leonard. Montrezl Harrell. It's gonna be really hard to score on them.
Montrezl out there clowning in the Drew League right now. Too.
Little brother got a great defensive team over there. But fuck them. Feed them fish. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of fish? I mean, I like fish. I didn't know that was it's supposed to be this. So is it frag? Is it catfish?
I ain't got no love for him.
Fish.
Why?
I saw it was catfish.
I knew he was gonna say that. Clippers about to do their thing. They about to be like, "Yeah, we about to build a new stadium. Fuck Staples. We about to get our own spot."
Man, they better. That's a long time coming, man. See, that's what happened when you had such a bum ass owner. They had such a bum ass owner for so long, cheap as a motherfucker.
They played in the bum ass LA Coliseum. That shit was horrible.
Look at here, dog. I forgot dude last name.
Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling was such a terrible owner. He was more so willing to be roommates with another team. He wanted to be roommates, cuz.
You play in the same stadium
where
our players are out, got statues outside
he
that stadium.
didn't even
Those
want to cover up the banners.
Looking up at our banners.
It took Doc Rivers to say, "Can y'all like
they not even playing tonight?"
Right. They were all retired.
Why do I need to see Kareem's jersey tonight?
Those are our banners. That's our stadium. Get your bitch ass out of there. I ain't got no love for them. But they did build a hell of a defense. It's going to be hard to score. Your guards are out of there. Your guards and forwards are out of there. You ain't going to be able to do shit. That is a good defensive team. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch.
Little brother built something over there. I ain't mad at it.
Exciting to watch, man. Shit. What else y'all got, man?
It,
We about baseball coming around to starting to see who really gonna be who.
What is it? Music now?
Yeah, well,
ain't really nothing come out, man.
Shit.
There's a lot that came out.
No, a lot that people know. I mean,
okay.
We know. Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Bro.
Yeah.
Nas came out. Big Crit came out.
Yeah.
Nas Lost Tapes 2. I liked it a lot.
I like it.
I don't think it's as good as the first one.
Nah.
No,
but you know what? People,
there's some shit on there.
People heard Lost Tapes and they were like, "Oh shit, it's new Nas." And I'm looking like, y'all do know it's called Lost Tapes, and that means that it's just some shit that he did not drop from other tapes.
Throwaways.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was throwaway tracks. And it seemed like people didn't like. Not everybody, but a good majority of people didn't realize that. Like,
and please don't judge it off that first single that he put out, the Al Jarreau.
That shit is not good.
That shit is trash. that shit is
not
that
good.
Shit is ass and chips. That shit is trash.
Ass and chips. You are the worst with this, bro. I don't ever want you to insult me.
That shit is ass and chips.
Yeah, and then you know what? He just had a lot of dope tracks. He had a lot of good grown up talk in this album. You know,
nigga dressed his baby mama on the last song.
He did on 2 of them, actually.
Yeah.
You got a lot of that. Yeah, actually,
I'm about to say technically he
specific. Yeah,
Khalees.
I'm about to say he technically got 2, but
I think you were talking about Khalees.
You don't have no issues out of
no, he handled
Destiny
that.
Mama.
He handled that in the Ether days.
Yeah, he took care of that. So yeah, you got a lot of that, and then like you said,
I'm much more critical of Ether.
Crit
in later years. But go ahead.
Crit had his album,
I agree,
which was amazing.
Crit,
it made me want to go back to 12 for 12, but Crit album was great.
Crit album is better than I initially gave it credit for. I didn't give it credit as much because all right, I saw the Breakfast Club interview, and he said that he was basically challenged by Rico Love to step outside production, and he basically let Rico Love and a lot of other producers produce that album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I thought that was a great. He could just focus on the lyrics.
And he was talking about in the Breakfast Club interview what a burden it was to get up off of him to where he doesn't have to worry about the production, to where he can just worry about rapping. So I understand where it is that he's coming from, because I mean, you got to do the beats and you got to do the rapping. I mean, I can see how that could be, a lot.
Yeah, fucking cumbersome. J. Cole ain't cut his hair for years
even
because of this shit.
Exactly. And I got locks, nigga. You ain't got no excuse.
Right. He could put somebody on payroll to take care of his.
Yeah, I got locks. You know what I'm saying?
J. Cole don't even buy clothes.
Nah, but
busy producing.
I think that what the album is lacking, I think it's still lacking a couple of those Crit tracks. I think he needed. I got this from my homeboy. I was talking to him about it, and I think it needs 3 or 4 Crit tracks. Because
what's a Crit track?
All right, think about on the last album of Forever My Long Time, right? Mm-hmm. Think about A Big Bang with T.I. You still need that sound on a Crit album, because your core fan base, his core fan base, we want Crit. You know what I'm saying? We want him. We want that country shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? I understand that you branching out and all of that, and you want to experiment over some other beats. I understand that. I respect that. Go ahead and do that. But I still need you. I still need to hear at least 3 of those songs on this album.
I'll take that, and then I'll add to that. That's the beauty of artistry, is to do exactly that and then bring it back some on the next piece.
I don't dislike this album at all.
Well,
this is
not album, from a dislike standpoint.
That album got some shit on it.
Because we know Crit gonna be doing this for a long fucking time.
It ain't nowhere near whack. It ain't nowhere near it
at all.
You know what I'm saying?
But also think about it like this. This is Crit album of when you've been waiting for a Crit album for what? 4 years, 5 years, something.
Not counting 12 for 12.
2.
Okay, I mean,
he did.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, it was.
Everybody ain't mixtape or super under.
No, Forever's My Long Time came out like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
I think closer.
And that was incredible. That was incredible. You know what I'm saying? For a double disc, the way he pulled that off.
Catalactica was dope.
Catalactica, that was freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was him. He had finally got away from Def Jam, and he was doing him.
Started
and,
to grow.
Well, hey, bro.
Literally, figuratively.
Hey man, like, just to see his growth to come from, I was on board when Crit Was Here came out. That's when I was on board.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Early at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I've already met him. I met him when he was on the Return of Forever tour, when he came to Trees with Freddie Gibbs and Smoke Dizzle.
I saw Crit at House of Blues.
I bought the meet and greet package. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, ain't it a Crit concert coming up?
It is
September.
Okay, I need somebody to shoot me the thing so I can go ahead and cop them tickets, because I will forget.
I think it's gonna be.
That's
for whatever reason. I think it's gonna be a Bomb Factory, but I'm not sure.
He could do Bomb Factory.
I don't mind Bomb Factory. Bomb Factory kind of dope, actually.
Bomb Factory,
it's all right.
Shit.
He's at Toyota this time.
It's Toyota.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hey, that's right there by the house.
What weekend is that? You see the weekend?
I like Toyota. I mean, but
I ain't never been.
Okay, so Toyota
September
is
27th.
It's 20 minutes. It's 15 minutes from the house.
No, it ain't
for me.
Okay.
So that's why I'm crunk.
So this is what
that.
I'm saying. So like, I am somebody who really don't like arena, but it ain't an arena. It's a pavilion. It's like an amphitheater. So it should be good. But seeing Crit somewhere like House of Blues, Trees, it just, that vibe would be a lot different.
The best stadium in Dallas, and for all the listeners who are not in Dallas, you ain't gonna know this. The best stadium in Dallas is the Verizon. There's not a bad seat in Verizon.
I don't want to see concerts at Verizon though.
I've been there.
There's not a bad seat. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't a bad seat.
You can buy a ticket in the back and still get really good views.
No. What I'm saying is this: like certain artists, I want to see in a venue like a Trees or a House of Blues, just
a little dingier.
Yes,
somewhere with no seats.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's just me. It's just that vibe. I can sit there and be, I get into my shit. Like nothing else is going on around me in them kind of venues. I lose myself in that, and I'd be like, man, this shit just
like. I went to go see Devin the Dude a couple of years ago.
Man, we saw
Devin in a club setting, and it was perfect.
Yeah,
because Devin the Dude is that kind of artist.
Right.
I don't need to see Devin the Dude in AT&T.
He don't need no big ass stage.
You know what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna probably don't move around a whole lot.
And it was great. Yeah. It was a great show. I like Devin.
Devin was in the crowd talking about some. Hey man, who got? Oh, let me hit that man. Hold on. Ooh,
Devin the Dude. That's the first. Oh yeah, hey, and Devin the Dude did come out with an album. Devin the Dude did come out with an album. I forget what it's called, but it is
Devin the Dude. I'll be falling asleep.
But I'm telling you,
because you probably are.
It's really jamming
through the music.
Not yet. I got a draw screen coming up.
But you be saying, Devin Dude's like listening to listening to Currency.
I done chilled out.
You said what?
It's like listening to Currency. You just kind of know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's true. If I can listen to Currency, I can listen to Devin the Dude. I can't listen to Burner. I didn't know that.
I don't know why you fronting like Burner ain't your guy.
It's called
laziest rapper ever.
So for the fan, me and Phil have a running joke of this dude, of the artist named Burner. We went to
LA, affiliated with the cookie store.
What show did we see him? Oh, it was the Meth and Redman show. Because he was the opener for him. Remember, it was
Bodie James.
Bodie James was with Royce. He's from Detroit.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it was with the dude from House of Pain. Dude, Be Real.
Be Real.
Yeah, remember
Cypress Hill.
Yeah, Cypress Hill. I don't know why I couldn't think of that shit.
House of Pain. It's so close.
I was close.
Yeah,
close. Whatever. But it was a dude named Burner, and the whole time we was at the concert, me and Phil was sitting there laughing at this dude because he was just out there like Burner. He's in there. All he talked about was smoking weed and whatnot. But now this dude's name has like grown significantly in this game, and it's like,
yeah, he stay in the hip hop world.
Like, wow. So
I respect everything about him.
So every time a new Burner album come out, one of us will see whoever see it first, shoot a test like, I know you got that new Burner.
He's fucking lazy, this fucking rapper. He literally sat on the stool the whole time, like, what?
As a rapper?
As a rapper.
He's mad lazy.
He was mad lazy. He had to been high as shit. Like I was just I really want this guy to get on the stage
because it was like the Puff Pass tours.
Devin talk about smoking weed. I mean, he wasn't on a stool. Nah, that's terrible.
Barney was sitting.
He was also the opening act, dog, and they probably had been in the back smoking 12 of them shits.
No, I mean, I went to a tour with Big Crit, Smoke, Dizza, and Freddie Gibbs. So there was plenty of weed on this tour.
Yeah,
there's plenty of weed on this
pretty
tour.
violent.
When I dap Crit up, I smell the green on his hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I smell the weed on his hand. But Crit was hyped though.
We got a couple more minutes. What we got? What's dropping this weekend?
I have no idea.
I think it's been like a quiet.
I don't think it's anything that anybody know about. But check out that Crit if you haven't checked it out already.
Oh, and Big Sean's released a single called Overtime. It's got 2 beats. He go in pretty tough on it. Big Sean gonna have he got some new heat dropping real soon. Exactly. I
do it.
BJ's supposed to drop
the Chicago
Kid.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's the only album that's coming out because none of these other albums I want.
If YBN Corday drop,
no,
I'll listen to YBN.
Yeah, you
Corday.
do that for all of us.
Hov did that, so hopefully I don't have
to go through that.
Corday be rapping though. Corday be rapping.
All right, I'm gonna take your word for it, and I'm gonna go into that. Ferg got a new joint. Oh yeah, man. And before we go, I guess Ferg about to get help from the dude in the White House to get out of jail.
They said Rocky, you mean?
My bad, ASAP. Rocky. My bad.
One of the ASAPs.
One of them ASAP. But no, Rocky should be Rocky's gonna get out in due time. The thing about it, whoever is kept up with it, Rocky's also getting that karma flack from a concept of more or less just disrespecting the Mike Brown case and black folks in general who have gone through struggles with justice. He shit on that huge. And
he pretty much was like, "Dude, I'm rich.
Fuck
all
that
ain't got shit to do with me
at all. I don't want to do nothing. And everybody, this and that.
Everybody sat there. Ain't nothing in here.
No, it ain't.
Everybody sat there and looked at it, and you know people keep receipts. So soon as it happened, the first thing they were doing, they was like, "Oh, remember this in year 2000? Blah 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 blah. You said AB's. You said this verbatim, and this
is the whole fucking word, syllable for syllable, everything." So, hey man, get home soon, but you kind of.
You got. Get out. Just
nobody wants you to stay in that motherfucker, but now you see what the whole hubbub was about.
Yeah, you got a whole segment of people who like they can give a damn.
We kind of tried to tell you this shit in the first place, and you didn't give a fuck.
Right. So
and I forgot. I thought Travis Scott said that shit, so I very well could have just been confusing brown skinned cat with the same length of hair. And that would, that's my bad. We don't all look alike. I know that, but more or less, I think I could have just confused it for that. But once I got cleared up, it was like, oh shit, now you got to sit on that, dog. You got to sit on that, and hopefully you got a legal team that's doing what they can to get you out like anybody else. But you kind of can't get into altercations in other countries.
Wasn't he supposed? But here's the thing. The altercation is a fan that is following him. He's constantly telling the fan, "Hey, stop following me, leave me alone." And then the fan finally gets his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? And the fan, somebody's following me. I tell him leave me alone, and he doesn't, and then I beat his ass, and I go to jail.
Yes.
The problem is
you can't do that to people, though.
No, that's not even the problem. The problem is you are not in America at this point.
Wasn't he supposed to only be in there for 2 weeks? It was supposed to be like 2 weeks.
And then something happened and they extended it. But yeah, that's the problem. You're not in America. So all them rights and liberties and shit that you take for granted, and even though it's a fucked up place that we deal with every day, and shit don't cross over.
Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't transfer over.
And all the money you got, they can literally be making an example of this motherfucker also. Mm-hmm. But you just don't know. But
and do all you need to do, whether it be sue their government or the police force that did X, Y, and Z for any monies lost. You could do all that. I encourage you to do all that, just like I would encourage anybody else to do that if they were treated unjustly.
You see that fuck shit that happened to Future security guard.
Pure fuck shit.
Got snuck with an object.
They said it was a brick. It doesn't matter.
It's like a lock or something.
I knew it looked real suspect when it was like
that was fuck shit.
A shorter guy just ran up on this big ass security guard and knocked him out cold.
Yeah,
but then
he went limp too, boy.
When more of it starts coming out more and more, and this dumbass showed his face. Hey, brother, you got to eat that. You're not exempt either. You thought you was exempt because you thought it was some world star shit, huh? Or whatever that version is where you were. And folks trying to throw Future under the bus, man.
No, Future sat out.
Future did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, like, look, I can't get involved in that because if I get involved, then I'm the name that everybody's going to.
He's the name, so he's going to jail.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get the heat.
It's not just that, but he's already put it out there like, nah, I was yards away.
Yeah, he was away from it, but even still, it don't matter.
Even still,
I paid for security, and you snuck my security.
Even the only reason we know about it is because he's Future's security guard, so he's the name.
And this dumbass filmed it.
Yeah.
So they go find out whose phone it was.
Security guard, don't know what's Future security guard's name. We don't know. His name is Future security guard.
But he gonna have whatever the case may be. Them motherfuckers are in trouble. They gotta eat that.
I'm glad you're getting in trouble.
I'm glad you want in trouble.
Fuck that nigga. I'm glad you're getting in trouble.
And there's some people over there that like Future.
Yeah.
So now your big dumb ass got to worry about them too.
I'm glad you're getting in trouble.
So hey man, stop doing shit. Hey, the new statement.
Stop trying to go viral.
Was that? Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Stop clout chasing.
That what's that? The new root of all evil ain't the love of money. It's the love of fucking attention, and that shit is dangerous, dog. That shit didn't even have.
Fab said that some years back.
It came up again from I think Fat Joe said, or somebody, one of the elder statesmen of the hip hop world mentioned it, and that's an ugly thing.
First time I heard it was
terrible.
On a Fab freestyle.
That shit terrible. So all that shit. No, man, fuck all that. I'm cool. I'm cool. So we can get ready to roll out of here on that note. But man, fuck all that attention, extra attention.
I appreciate everybody on Facebook Live that came in and checked it out. Yeah. Appreciate y'all still. Catch us on YouTube, Google Play, Stitcher. If you can't find it,
Stitcher part, but we're
gonna fix it.
Most definitely on YouTube though.
Download,
subscribe,
download all of them.
You know what I'm saying? Tell your friends about it.
Shit, send a fifth.
Because we going to be here. So
send us a fifth through one of them apps.
Hey.
Shit, goddamn 1111.
Hey.
Mockingbird.
Right.
Pound. Hey, look, what's that? Sweet 660.
That is. That's the new
Dallas, Texas. That's the new
right
studio.
here.
Or you can send the money
spacious.
to my Cash App at BG Supreme 903.
Right next to the Starbucks, motherfucker. Don't come over talking no shit neither. For anybody that can hear this on the YouTube piece,
we got security in this place now.
We got security. That is true. We do.
I ain't smell no weed smoke when we came in or nothing.
No, man. We uppity today.
Right.
Scalpers Sports Report. Thanks for everybody coming out here on this hump day. Where you go hide.
Happy birthday to me.
Last song
is going down all weekend.
BG.
All weekend.
Hey, yo,
baby.
for anybody
it's going
if you hear
down.
the music, last song is off of the Little Brother Mr. Show album, Hiding Places with Elzai.
And be looking out for their work coming up soon, because I know them boys in the studio right now, because they be real quiet. Peace out. Thanks for everybody. Hey, enjoy your summer. Leo season is here. Peace.
Damn right.